Health officials are investigating nearly 100 suspected cases of a potentially severe fungal infection linked to a Northwest Michigan paper mill. We do know at least one person has died from the outbreak.
All of the cases are amongst workers, contractors, and visitors of Escanaba Billerud paper mill, which was now temporarily closed by its owner. Joining us now is Dr. Matthew Sims, Director of Infectious Disease Research at Corewell Health in Royal Oak, to talk more about this infection and how you can protect yourself. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, so we know that this is blastomycosis. If people aren't familiar with this, what is this and how do you get it?
Sure, it's what we call an endemic fungus, which endemic means it's sort of in the environment. It's always there. In this particular fungus, it's anywhere in the eastern half of the United States. It's usually found in decaying plant life or soil, and you get it by inhaling the spores. Important thing to know is you don't get it person to person, right? You get it from the environment, so if somebody's sick with it, they're not going to spread it to you.
What are some of the, because I think this will be top of mind for a lot of people, what are the symptoms associated? How do you know if you're infected?
Yeah, so it's mostly a pulmonary disease, so it affects the lungs. You get a pneumonia, essentially. About half the people who get infected with it have no symptoms whatsoever. And it does tend to affect people with poorer immune systems more. But anybody can be affected. Most of the symptoms are cough, shortness of breath, that sort of thing. So fever, some people get weight loss. But it can spread throughout the body in more severe cases. You can get lesions on the skin and the bones, sort of throughout the body. The more serious it is, the harder it is to treat.
Yeah.
After living through the COVID pandemic, a lot of us are obviously really jumpy when it comes
Sure.
to these sorts of things. Anything you can say just in terms of the survival rate, or should people be worried?
So the first thing to know, this is not another COVID. As I said, it doesn't spread person to person. This is something that's been around a long time, though this is one of the larger, maybe even the largest outbreak from one single place that I'm familiar with. We have cases every year. The survival is good as long as you catch it and treat it. Most people, as I said, 50% don't have any symptoms and they just get better on it. It goes away. People who have mild symptoms, it may go away on its own. Though we recommend treatment for mild to moderate, which can be taking a pill for up to a year, depending on how severe the case is. And then if it's a more severe case where it's disseminated through the body, the treatment is with an IV medication followed by the pills.
Okay. Wow, up to a year.
Yeah, we mentioned that this happened in Escanaba. Yep. Do you see cases very often? Do frequencies kind of change? What's the likelihood of hearing about something like this in Metro Detroit?
I probably see 1 to 3 cases a year.
Okay.
Myself, my partners probably see some themselves. It's not super common. It's out there in the environment, as I said. And occasionally we do see sort of spikes in it. Sometimes it's associated with construction where, soil is disrupted, and so more likely for people to inhale it. We don't know exactly what is triggering this outbreak. We know it's associated with the paper mill, and they've closed, which is probably appropriate while they're figuring it out. But is it something inside the mill? Was it like a contaminated wood product that was used in making the paper? Was it something in the environment outside where people were passing by every day? We just don't know yet, and they're investigating.
Okay, yeah, that'd be good to know those things. Lastly, I know you said it doesn't spread person to person. Anything that people should just be mindful of in any kind of general setting? Yeah,
well, the masks that we all wore for COVID will protect you from this too. So it will prevent you from inhaling the large spores. They're much larger than the virus that causes COVID. But generally, if you have a good immune system, you're less likely to be infected and you're more likely to get better.
All right, Dr. Matthew Sims, we appreciate it so much.
Of course.
As Terrence said, coming off of COVID, I think a lot of people talk about these things with a bit more attention to detail.
Every contagious disease becomes the next COVID in people's heads.
Yeah, no, well, we don't want that, but we do. We like that people are more curious and informed, so I appreciate it, certainly.